welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we'll learn about how to create a table in PLSQL. So on this screen you can see the shortcut I have created of SQL Developer application. So simply you can open the SQL Developer application. So let's see. So this is your interface, or you can see the front page of the Oracle SQL Developer. Now in this case, what you need to do is you can see here there are recent connections. So whatever you did, the connections which are recently you did, those connections will be appeared over here. So if you are interested in those connection, if you are interested to work in this connection, you can go ahead, or either you can create a new connection. So in my case, let us create a new connection. So I simply am clicking on create a new connection. So create a new connection. Now name, so name of the connection, let's take an example, table. Then username. So during installation, it will ask you the username and password. So whatever the username and password you had given during the installation, that you have to add here. So in my case, it is system and password is root. Now after adding username and password, you have to click the test connection. So after clicking the test connection, you will see the pop-up message will come, that is success. Now you can click on connect. So again it will ask password. So I am adding my password. So after adding password, you can see here the new connection has been established. So you can see the table. So this is the interface in which we are going to work. We are going to fire the queries, and we are going to create the table. So today's topic is table creation. Okay. So before moving ahead, let's see what are the rules for creating a table. So rules to create a table. So the first rule is the name. The name of the table should start with alphabet. So name starts with alphabet. First rule. Then second, there should be minimum one character in the name of the table and maximum 30 characters should be there. So minimum one character and maximum 30 characters should be there for the name of any table. Next, third rule is no space is allowed in the name of the table. No space is allowed. So let's take an example. If you are interested to give the name of table as employee details or student details, let's take an example of student details. So student details. So the space is not allowed. You can see here the space between student and details is not allowed. So instead of it, you can write with some special character, or you can write simply, you can join this total string. Next, rule number 4 is special character is allowed in between the space. So as I told you now, special character is allowed. For example, again, student underscore details. Likewise, you can give the name for a particular table. Next, rule number 5 is in a particular table, the minimum columns should be 1 and maximum columns can be 1000. So minimum can be 1 and maximum columns can be 1000 as per your requirements. Next, rule number 6, keywords are not allowed or they are not used in the table name. So keywords. So what are the keywords we will discuss in the upcoming videos. So keywords are not allowed in name of table. Now there are some basic rules which you should follow before giving the name of the table. So now next, let's see what are the data types of before creating the table. So now let's see what is the syntax. So syntax to create a table is, so we have to write create. So this is a query. So create table name, create table, then table underscore name, and in bracket you have to specify the columns. So let's take an example. So I am taking first column, column 1, whatever the name you are supposed to give, you can give any name. So in for simplification I am taking column 1. So again, after giving column name you have to specify the data type and its size. In bracket you have to write the size of the data type, comma. Next, column 2. So the column 2 might be any, like suppose column number 1 is roll number of student, then column number 2 would be name of student. Likewise you can specify the name of column. So again you have to write data type and again the size of data type should be specified. So likewise you can create number of columns in a particular table. So this is a basic syntax. Now let's see what do you understand by the term data type. So data type. So what is basically data type? So data type, there are different types of data type. Means data type means the type of value which can be stored in a particular column is called as data type. So let's take an example. First example is number. Suppose I'm interested to insert a column which is having data like PRN number or employee number. So those data can be stored in the data type called as number. So again, the data type with size we can specify. The size might be 10, 20, 100 as per your requirements. So again, the size can be, would be minimum one number and maximum it can be 38 numbers. So this is the range of numbers, or we can say the capacity of numbers which can be stored in a particular column. So this is first data type. So for example, I can write here example, like you are interested to write employee number. So it might be like 101, 102. Likewise, employee numbers might be there. Or let's take another example, like roll number of student, roll number. So again, the roll number would be 1, 2, 3. Likewise, the roll numbers would be there. So this is data type number 1, that is number. Now second data type is varchar, varchar 2. So again, we have to specify the size of varchar. So varchar is alphanumeric, alphanumeric. So in this we can store a series of characters, single character, or we can store a string. It might consist of numbers, it might consist of characters, it might consist of special characters. So varchar, uh, for example, we can take, for example, employee name. Again, employee name can be stored in varchar data type. So varchar data type, suppose Pramod. So this is data. So I can store Pramod in varchar 2 data type. Or also, let's take an example, Suhail. Likewise also we can store data type. It might be any special character, or it might be any number in this single inverted comma. So this specific name, or we can say employee name, can be stored in a data type called as varchar2. Now again, if we look about size, the minimum size is 1 and maximum size is 4000. So up to 4000 characters we can store data in this particular column. Now next, third data type is date. So now what this date is, suppose if you are interested to write a date of employee, or we can say joining date of any employee, then this can be stored like in single inverted commas. So the standard format is, let's take today's date. So it is 11 dash October, OCT dash and year. So this would be the date, right? So likewise we can store a different values or different data into the column. So these are the some data types. Now let's see how to create a table. So for example, let's create a table. Suppose this is my Excel sheet which consists of number of columns and number of rows. You can see the title consists of EMP number. EMP number means employee number. Then ename. Ename is employee name. Then salary. Salary of a particular employee. COWM. COWM stands for commission. JOB. Job. Means we can say it is department, whether it is IT, whether it is admin, likewise. Then hire date. So the date, as I told you in the data types, so the date hire date will be there in this particular table. Then department number, again the department number will be like 10, 20, likewise will be there. So let's see one by one how to create this table. So syntax, as I told you earlier, that syntax is create table and table name. So let's write here create table. Table name let's take as emp details. So this will be the name of table. You can see the syntax as I told you earlier. This is the syntax. So we are creating table. So create table and employee details is the name of table. Space, or we can take on the next slide. In bracket, let's specify the column. So first column, as I shown you here, is EMP number, EMP name. Likewise, we are going to add the column. So EMP number. So EMP underscore number. Now we have given the name of the column. Now we have to specify the data type. So what is the data type of employee number? So as I told you the types, so employee number should be, the data type should be number. So I have to specify number. So NUMBER number. And let's take size up to 10, up to 10 digits it can store data. Next, so this is one column. Now next, let's take a second column. You can see in this Excel sheet, second column is employee name. So E name. So let's write E name. Now the data type will be varchar2, which is having capacity, let's take 50, so that I can write full name of the particular employee. Next is salary. You can see in this table salary, commission, job. So everything I am going to add. So ename, after that ename we have salary. Again the salary should be in numbers. So data type is number. Again let's take 10 digits size. Next line after salary we have commission. I will write in short COWM. Again the commission should be in number. So number. Again the size is 10, comma. Next line. After commission we have job. Now job is department, so we can write in varchar2. Now let's specify the size. So let's take 20. Next after job we are having hire date, hire underscore date. Now this particular hire date should be written in this data type. So you can see here. So this data type we are going to use. So date, for example, joining date is 10th October 2023. So hire date should be written. So the data type should be date, comma. Next line, last is department number. So DEPT underscore number. Again, the department number is given in, it is written in numbers. Now again, let's take its size as 10. So this completes the query of creating table. So let's see all the columns has been covered or not. So EMP number, name, salary, commission, job, everything is written in this query. So let's try to run this. So after that, we have to put a semicolon. Now, so this is your query to create a table. So let me explain it once again. Create table, then employee details is name of the table, then AMP number is column name, and number, and 10 this is size. So number is data type and 10 is size. So likewise e name, salary, commission, job, hire date, everything is written. So let's try to now how to run this query. Select all the query which you had written, and you have to click on this particular triangle. You can see the run statement, it will show. So triangular symbol or icon you can see here. You can simply click on this. Now you can see the message will be shown like the table EMP details is created. Now let's check the table which is created. Now how to say the table which is created. So for that particular we have query like select star from EMP details semicolon. So select all and again run. So you will see the table. So blank table, we have not at all inserted any of the data in this table. So this will be blank table. So you can see EMP number, E name, salary, commission, job, hire date, department number, everything is shown. Now let's see how to insert the data into this table. So insert, insert data. Now how to insert data? So to for inserting the data, we have syntax So I will write here syntax like insert into table name. Insert into table name. So we have to you have to write the name of table. Next line, column name. So column, let's take column 1, comma, column name 2. Likewise, you can take column name 3, 4, 5. Then bracket complete. After that, values which you are supposed to insert into the table. So value 1, comma, value 2. So this is the general syntax for inserting the values. So let's insert into our table which we created. So insert into, so the name of table is EMP details. So EMP details. So again in this PLSQL you can write queries which are case insensitive. Okay. So no need to worry about whether you are writing capital or small letter. So EMP underscore details, insert into table name. Next line, column. Now let's take an example. So these are the columns which we have created. EMP number is there, E name, salary. So now I am interested to insert only the three columns, data into only these three columns. That is EMP number, E name, and salary. Let's take this that particular case. So now column name, that is EMP number, comma. Next column is E name, comma, and salary. Bracket complete. Next line, values. What values I am going to put or insert into this table? Employee number is suppose 1, comma, employee name. Let's take Pramod. So this is the first name. Now you have to keep in mind that the varchar data type should be always written in single quote. So first is employee number, e name is name of the employee, Pramod, each which is written in single quote, and salary, let's take 2500, bracket complete and semicolon. Now let's try to run this query. Now if you run this query, okay, you will see the message, one row inserted. Now let's check the inserted row. So how to check the data which is inserted? Select star from emp underscore details. So likewise you can check. So run the query. Okay, now you can observe here, we have only inserted data in the three columns, that is emp number, ename and salary. And in the rest of the columns, we have not at all inserted any data. So that's why it will be showing null. Okay, now let's take another example. Suppose we are interested to insert data only into the job column, right? So insert into emp underscore details, next line column. So I'm interested to insert data only in this job column. So job, bracket complete, next line values. So suppose it is IT department, job, bracket complete and semicolon, semicolon. Now if I try to run this query, yeah, one row is inserted. Now let's check what is inserted. Yes, now you can see the second record we have inserted only in the job column. So which was IT. So remaining rows will be empty. You can see the null values has been shown in this particular table. Now what if I want to insert all the values at a time? Now in this case, you can write a query like insert into table name, that is emp underscore details. Next line. Now we are interested to write insert all the values in the all the in all columns. So you can write your name of all the columns. So like emp number, comma, ename, comma, salary, comma, commission, comma, job, comma, hire date, comma, department number. Next line values. What values I am going to put? So let's take employee number is 2, comma, e-name is Rohit, comma, salary is 1400, comma, commission is 200, comma, job. What is job? Let's take admin, bracket complete, comma, hire date. Now hire date, let's take 12 dash January dash 2022. So again, this date should be written in single quote. So you should keep in mind varchar and date should be written in single quote, and department number is suppose 10, bracket complete and semicolon. So let's try to run this query. So if I run this query, you will receive, so you will see one row is inserted. Now let's check the inserted row. So how to check the table data? Select star from employee details, that is table name. So if I run the query, you will see the data number 3 is inserted, that is employee number 2, Rohit 1400 and so on. So likewise you can insert data. So let's take another case. Again, in this case, there is not mandatory to write the column names. If you know all the columns, it is not mandatory to write the column names. Let's take that case. So I am copying this particular query. So now if I'm interested to insert all the data in all columns, there is exception that you can don't you cannot write, you can avoid writing this column names. So values, let's take values like uh, employee name, employee number as 3, name as Rahul, his salary 1300, commission 100. Department sales, hire date, let's take as 14 June 2022, and department is same. So let's try to insert this. Yeah, one row is inserted. So let's check. Select star from employee details. So you can see here on a new row is inserted. Suppose if you are interested to insert all the data in the all the columns, then you are, if you are not writing the column names, then it's okay. The query will be fired and data will be inserted. So I hope this part is clear to all. If you have any doubts or any queries, you can write in the comment box. So that's all for now. So we'll meet in the next video. Thank you all of you and have a good day.